Anyway, welcome back to Box Delights. I'm pleased to tell you I finally got an opportunity to show you one of our favourite family games, which is Timeline. This one kind of disappeared off the scene for a while. I'm not quite sure why, but it was extremely hard to get hold of. It had a series of these small tins, and then it had like a spate of having everything combined into a single box with larger cards. Well, now, Esdevium distribution have just... Well, they've sent me this one. This is the latest one, Music and Cinema. It's actually the French version I've got here. Published by Asmodee. And I'm pleased to see that this thing still has some life in it, because we're really enjoying this game, and it's something that, you know, every time a new version comes out, we have to pick it up straight away and add it to the collection. The Music and Cinema one supplements the existing ones. We have Diversity, Discoveries, Inventions, and History. And what's good about these sets is you can combine them into a single game, so your deck of cards just gets bigger and bigger. Timeline's all about trying to get rid of your hand as quickly as possible by placing cards in a timeline. You have to kind of guess the year of when this discovery was made or this invention was created. But this time we're looking at Music and Cinema. So when did this album, this song come out? When did this movie come out? All right. Well, we've got a cardboard box, we've got a tin. This time the tin is very slightly bigger than the others. What I'd like to do is just show you how it plays, and then we'll give you a quick demonstration, perhaps chucking in some of the other cards from other sets. The quality is really great. The cards are very small, so they work well in a little person's hand. They work fine in my hand too. Here we've got the Spice Girls here with their wannabe single. So you have to kind of guess which year this was. I don't know, 96, something like that. It was 96, there we go. And if you guess it right, then you've lost a card from your hand. But this is the way it works. Okay, so we've got a timeline. It'll be working like this. You have a card played down on the table to start things off with the date side face up. These cards are in your hand. So if I thought, right, wannabe 96, I'm guessing is the year. But even if I had a rough idea, is it before 1963 or after 1963? I add it to the timeline, I switch it to see if I got it right. Have I placed it in the timeline correctly? Now, of course, as this goes on, the timeline gets bigger and bigger. Oh, I got that one wrong, look. And then you've got to try and slot these in where you want them. So this is Nirvana's Nevermind. Well, I'm going to go for down here, obviously. Now you can see with the Music and Cinema one, the younger members of your family are going to be at a disadvantage. But it's interesting because they start to remember, you know, when these come up again and again. You know, my son and daughter, their memories are much better than mine, so they do kind of remember. And also the artwork gives you a little bit of a clue as to when things were. I mean, here's Godzilla, and you can see the picture in black and white, so they can kind of guess, was it the 30s, 40s, 50s, that kind of thing. 1954. So right down here, I probably would have, yeah, I think I would have got that one right. Right, there's the idea. So we've got all these different movies and films. Some of the artwork, I mean, you can see Celine Dion here, and Pulp Fiction. Alright, they look pretty cool. I've got to object to Elvis. Where's Elvis? I think he certainly left the building when I'm like, come on, is that Elvis? I don't think so. I'm not quite sure who that's supposed to be. Sorry, artists, but yeah, that one's not really doing it for me. Mick Jagger here, Rolling Stones, Satisfaction. Dire Straits. I mean, Mark Knopfler is yeah, there's a bit of artistic license here, but it's quite amusing. Anyway, this is the French version, so you'll notice there's some films here where you kind of have to guess, right? Some are more obvious than others. Right, Planet of the Apes. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't. Okay, let's see if you can. There you go. Any idea? Les Dents de la Mer. Directed by Steven Spielberg. Fancy guessing the year? I don't know, let's have a go. I'm going to say 1979 for Jaws. 75, okay, so wow. Makes me feel old. Okay, there we go, the Bee Gees looking really groovy there. A little bit of David Bowie. So you can see, oh, poor old Amy Winehouse. There's a good mix in here of old and new. Okay, so there's going to be some that maybe the youngsters will know more than Dad does. Alright, that's music and cinema, and my wife particularly enjoys music and cinema questions, so it was a great addition to the line. Before we get stuck into the gameplay and we have a little demo here, I'll grab my son and you can see him beat me at this, even though I'm supposed to be older and more knowledgeable. If you're going to pick up one set, get hold of Diversity. I think this was was this the last set? I think this might be the last set before this music and cinema came out. But this has a little bit of everything: sport, history, geography, music, etc. Okay, so there's lots of different genres in this box. So if you want to pick up one and just give it a go, this one's not a bad one to start you off with. You have to kind of guess the genre a little bit. So for example, I mean, I can't remember which ones come from now, because we've been muddling them all up, because we like to chuck everything together. But here you go, The Voyage to the Moon. Was it 1966? I don't think so. This is a movie, the movie Voyage to the Moon. So we're probably looking at the 1920s there. No, earlier, 1902. It does become a little trickier. So here's discoveries. There you go. Discoveries of Easter Island by Europeans. So I know it's the discovery of Easter Island, not when Easter Island, when these monuments were built, for example. Alright. There's tons of good stuff here. I mean, here's one that is maybe a little more unclear. It says the Nazca geoglyphs. Does this mean when they were written or when they were discovered? But you've got to kind of use the imagery here. I'm assuming, given that we've got a guy up there in what looks to be a biplane, we're talking about the discovery of. So I don't know, probably in the 1940s. No, earlier, 1927. See, I'm rubbish. I'm really bad at this game. There's stuff you either know, like, how do I know want to be bothered by Spice Girls? God knows, I don't want to admit why. There's stuff you know, stuff you can make a good stab at, and stuff it's just going to be a wild guess. If you get it wrong, you have to draw another card from the deck, so your hand doesn't get any smaller. You discard, you draw a new card. Alright, first one to get rid of all their cards wins the game. Alright, let's set up and we'll have a little play through and you can follow along. So if you'd like to grab a few cards from the top of each deck, we'll make ourselves a custom game.
Okay. There you go.
Excellent. I'll start shuffling these up. And we've got cards from all 5 sets. Just give them a bit of a riffle shuffle. If you can do this with such a big stack, that's why I've not put all the cards in, just a few from each deck, otherwise you get an unwieldy deck.
500 cards.
I know, it's crazy. Right, if you'd like to give those a cut. Right, so then we'll deal 6 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this becomes our start of the timeline, the start of the American Civil War in 1861. This is our draw deck, so if we get one wrong, we have to draw from here. And we can see that the top one is ready to play. It's a check, alright? Sign for money. Now the key here is that Rue's looking at his cards, but he can't see the date on the reverse of those cards. Alright, so he's got to keep them kind of face up, if you like, looking at these just with the picture and trying to figure out which card he wants to play. So it's a free choice now, which card you're going to play. What do you fancy?
I'm going to start with something easy.
Okay.
The first voyage around the world, I'm going to guess came before 1861.
So if you want to put that in the timeline, and then we'll flip it and see if you got it right. Do you reckon before 1861? When do you reckon it was?
I don't know, about 1750? Oh wow.
You're right, but it was 1522. So we got quite a wide gap to fill in there. Okay, well done. Now let's have a look at my cards. I've got a map of the ocean floor, toothpaste tube, Stairway to Heaven, that's Led Zeppelin, the phonograph, the movie 7, and the invention of the portable phone. Well, I'm going to kind of play opposite to you, I think. I'm going to go for one of the harder ones, given we've got a long, we haven't got much down there on the timeline. So I'm going to go for the phonograph, and I'm going to put it before the start of the American Civil War in here. Let's see, do you want to turn it over and see if I got it right?
Yeah, sure.
1877, it's wrong. First blood to you, son. So having got this one wrong, this just goes in the discard pile, and I take the next one from the top of the draw deck, which is the check. Alright, back over to you.
Well, I think the X sign, or was it the times sign?
Multiplication sign.
Yeah. I think that came very early on, like before 1522. So again, I'm going to put that before that. So, I'm going to turn it over.
That's a good bit of play, I reckon.
Oh wow.
Oh no way, 1631. That is surprising. Yeah, I was with you there. It should have come in here. So
Wow.
this was by, well, yeah, William Altred. Yeah, I didn't know that one either. Right, you get the invention of the electric guitar. Okay, I'm going to go for the same kind of thing. Well, I don't know when the check was. Let's go for a map of the ocean floor. And I'm going to put this later than 1861. 1959, right, that's a good one. We're all square again now, son.
Okay, Taxi Driver, that's a new film, so...
That's a movie.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese. Alright, let's see. You reckon it's greater than 1959?
Yeah.
It is 1976. Good one, son. Okay, let's see. I think I know when that one is. We'll leave that one. A good idea on these ones. So let's go for the toothpaste tube. I think that's... I think that's late Victorian, I'm going to say. So let's put it in. Let's put it in here. 1896, spot on. Okay, happy with that.
Okay, the Trojan horse, that was the ancient Greeks. I'm going to put that right down the bottom.
Minus 1240. Yep, you're right, that's a BC. Right, we're both doing quite well here, aren't we? Right, let's find a harder one. I think Taxi Driver's thrown me off a little bit with this one though. I'm going to go for the invention of the portable... Well, yeah, Taxi Driver's kind of messed things up a bit here for me. The check. Check. I'm going to say that's before toothpaste. But after the start of the American Civil War. I'm going to put that in there. No, 1742, that's really early. Yeah. I think you went ahead again now.
Okay, the invention of the electric guitar. I reckon that was in there, so
okay.
Move that one over, put that one in there.
That's a pretty good guess. It is 1924, you're spot on. Okay, back to me. I got stethoscope, which is my new one. Alright, let's put Stairway to Heaven in, because we're definitely in the... Yeah, we're going to go in here before Taxi Driver. Right, 71. Nice.
I've got the compass and the loaf of bread.
Okay, you're on 3 cards. I've got 2. You're on 2 cards. I got 3. So yeah, you're slightly ahead.
I'm going to say the compass came after the first travel around the world. Because I don't know. I mean, they used the stars, didn't they, for ages? So.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So whereabouts?
I think it's going to get in there. So move those 2 over.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
Oh wow.
That was 1090. Now you were wrong. Okay, this gives me an opportunity to draw level now. What did you get?
The invention of the safety radio then.
Nice. Okay, let's go for Let's go for the ones I'm unsure of. Stethoscope. Again, I think this is Victorian. Could be earlier. Actually, I'm going to go here. I'm going to say earlier.
Let's see.
Yes, 1816. Nice one. Right to you.
Okay, the invention of the safety razor, I'm going to say was the late 1700s, so...
Alright, you're going to go all the way down here.
Yeah. Let's see.
1770, you're spot on. Hey, that's pretty good. I'm impressed. And... Right, you're on your last card, aren't you?
The bloke, the baguette.
The baguette. Yeah, that one's pretty tricky, I think. But I'm going to go for this one. And, well, I'm tempted to say it's later than 76. You never know with these things. There's always some guy in the lab somewhere who's one step ahead of everyone else. But I'm going to put it there.
Okay, let's see.
73!
Should put it down.
Ah, that was tough. Yeah, I was a bit dubious at this. Right, I've drawn a new one and I've got 4 seasons. This is for you to win the game. You got yourself a baguette.
I'm going to say that was the 1600s. No. Yeah, I was going to put it there.
I think that's pretty tough.
Yeah, it is.
So you're going to go in there. Right, let's see if you win the game. If you don't, you draw another card. 1830. You were close, son. But no, it was a lot later.
Wow.
Right, you draw a new one. What'd you get?
Oxygen.
Okay, the discovery of oxygen. Okay, let's try and get rid of those 4 seasons. I reckon this should be... Oh my goodness, I'm really bad at classical music. I'm going to put this here. This is where the viewers are all screaming at me for being ignorant. Go on then, let's see what we got.
No.
1725. Oh, I was only like over 100 years out. Told you it wasn't my subject. Okay, that's another chance for you to win. I've got the first modern Olympic Games. Oxygen then.
Okay, well they called it something weird, didn't they? Like Laginol or something weird.
Oh, you saw a show on this
Yeah.
not long ago.
Lagistol, it's not something weird.
Yeah.
And then some guy finally named it Oxygen. I think that was...
Yeah, there was a debate over who actually discovered it. The person who first saw it. It was the flame burning more brightly in an open jar or something like that.
Yeah,
or
this guy...
more pure air or something.
Mouse in the jar and things.
Yeah, okay, alright then, so where do you think we are?
I'm gonna put it between there.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
So let's see.
Okay, I reckon you might have just won yourself the game. Let's see. Oh, it's not good. 1771. It's earlier still.
Wow.
This game can be tough. All right, what have we got next?
Another science one, The Big Bang Theory.
Ah, Big Bang, yeah. Okay, I've got the first modern Olympic Games and 7 still in my hand. I might have to have a little bit of time to think on this, so I'm just going to put 7 down. I think this was like 93, something like that. 95, okay. Right, you've got your Big Bang Theory. What do you reckon?
It's a new one. It's not down here, I don't think.
So you think we're up here. So we've got 1959, 1971, 76, 95, 24, 1894. You're in here somewhere, right? It's a tough one, isn't it? Tough one. What do you reckon then? What are you thinking? What's your first thoughts?
I think the 60s.
60s, huh?
In there, but pretty up here or in there. I'm just going to go for the 60s.
Okay, alright. Good luck. This is for the game. I'm going to say I think it's the 80s myself. Let's see. 1927! That's unbelievable. Wow, I thought it was even later. So you weren't actually far out, it was just in here.
Okay.
Crazy. Okay. Popular science is not our subject either then. You've got a music one now. Smoke on the Water.
deep purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got any ideas about them?
No.
No, that's a pretty rotten one for a young teenager like yourself. Okay, first modern Olympic Games. Do you know what? I haven't got a clue, but I think it's before 1896. Just before. I'm not sure, so I'm going to go in here. It may be a little bit later, but no, I'm going to go in here. I don't know why I don't know this. Victoria was 1901. Again, this is one of these ones that I'm sure lots of viewers know, like in a flash, and will be shouting at me now. Let's see if I've won the game. 1896, it's bang on.
Wow.
Okay, if we get one that's the same date, that counts. That's it. So we were pretty close, mate. That was a good game. Good game. Well played. Where do you think your smoke on the water would go?
I have no idea. I'm going there.
Okay. You'd have been right. So that was really, really close. We were one card out. I think because you started, then yeah, I've just picked you.
Yeah.
Good game, well played. Well, there you go. That's Timeline, everyone. It's great fun for us. We love it, and it's quick to play, easy to pick up. And alright, there are some advantages to be had with a little bit of experience. But as you can see, even the old man can get them wrong. And you kind of find them easier to remember, don't you? So if we played again and these cards came up, I'd probably be struggling to remember what the date was, but you've got a good memory for the dates, haven't you?
Yeah.
So I guess it evens out after time. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.